Good morning, children. Today in English, in class 11, we continue the play Mother's Day. As it is, George was very angry and upset because Annie Pearson had told him that people at the club call him all sorts of names as Pompey, Umpy Pearson, and he was angry that there was no tea ready. To make matters worse, the lady Mrs. Fitzgerald, who has the personality of Annie Pearson, calls him George, that is his first name. And he is very offended because he does not know her that well. And his wife is trying to, that is the lady at home who has the personality of Mrs. Fitzgerald, that is Annie Pearson, is trying to pacify him and tells him that he is not holding any royal title. His name is George, so what if she has called him by his first name? Now, Mrs. Fitzgerald, who has the personality of Annie Pearson, is wailing. That means she was upset and it's a loud pitch and cry of pain. She is upset to see George so very upset. I ought to have known. That means she says that she ought to have realized that this was bound to happen, that this was going to happen because the family is not going to accept all this. That is, the lady was not willing to do anything for them, and they have been put in their places. Now George is there. He's staring at her angry. You ought to have known. Why ought you to have known? Now he is totally unaware. Just as George Pearson is not aware, Doris and Cyril, the family, is not aware that the personalities have been exchanged. So he is now wondering that why she should have known, because she's got nothing to do with the family. Nothing to do with you, Mrs. Fitzgerald. He said, naturally, she's a friend, she's a neighbor of Annie Pearson, that is his wife. So how would she to know what is happening in their house? Look, we're at 6s and 7s here just now. So he did not want her to stay on. So 6s and 7s means there was total confusion because the family was not able to understand, he himself was not able to understand what has gone wrong with Annie Pearson today. So there was absolute confusion and they needed to sort out the matter. So perhaps you will excuse us, meaning that it would be kind of her if she would excuse them and leave so that they could resolve the issue. Mrs. Pearson. Before Mrs. Fitzgerald can reply, I won't excuse you, George Pearson. Now Mrs. Pearson is very angry because Mrs. Fitzgerald is her friend and she has come to visit them. So it was very rude and impolite on the part of George to say such a thing. That is that things are not going very well, that there is confusion at home and that she needs to leave. Next time a friend and neighbor comes to see me, just say something when you see her, good evening or how do you do or something. And don't just march in and sit down without a word. It's bad manners. Now, to make matters worse, as it is, George's ego has been hurt. And now, when Mrs. Pearson tells him that next time this should not be done, that is, that he should not be impolite or rude to his friend and neighbor who has come all the way to see her. And what she meant to say was that he should just drop in to say good evening or something, and that is about all, and not join them. The two friends, Annie Pearson and Mrs. Fitzgerald, are sitting. So it is bad manners and not right on his part to sit there and then on top of that tell her to leave. No, it's all right. So obviously, now Mrs. Fitzgerald, who has the personality of Annie Pearson, did not allow her to complete also. She said, no, it is all right, that it was fine, that she could leave. No, it isn't all right. We'll have some decent manners in this house or I'll know the reason why. Now she was more angry, she was more aggressive. She was not, as polite as her friend. So she says that definitely she would appreciate that everybody in the family, including him, should observe such manners and not be impolite or rude to any of her friend or visitor. Well, what? Now George is intimidated. That is, he's frightened into doing something. That is, he is still not able to comprehend what has gone wrong with Annie Pearson. So, Mrs. Pearson answers now. She's taunting him, she's teasing him. Why don't you get off to your club? So she wanted him to leave. So she says that as it is, earlier you had mentioned that you had to go early to the club, so you might as well leave. Special night tonight, isn't it? And she's further reminding him that he had said that today was a special night and that he had to go to the club. They'll be waiting for you, wanting to have a good laugh. And further on, she said that everybody at the club would be waiting. That is what he presumed, which was not right. So she says, go on then, don't disappoint them. That meant that George has always felt that he's a very important personality and everybody at the club waited. So now Annie Pearson is reminding him that he had to go to the club early. Everybody would be waiting so that they could laugh at him. So she said that you can go and don't disappoint all of them. George now bitterly, he's more angry. That's right. Make me look silly in front of her now. Now such an argument obviously would not be in the presence of a neighbor or a friend. And he says that now you are making me look silly and foolish in front of a visitor, that is Mrs. Fitzgerald. Go on, don't mind me. 6s and 7s. Now he is wondering what has gone wrong with Annie Pearson, and he says that even though he said that there was total confusion, the argument was still not over, and now Mrs. Pearson wants him to leave. Poor Doris been crying her eyes out that there is so much a problem at home, and Doris has been upset, she's been crying, she's been sobbing, getting the neighbors in to see the fun. Now such an argument generally would not be held in front of a neighbor, and here that is what he meant to say, that he is telling Annie Pearson that all this is going on in front of a neighbor, in front of her friend and a neighbor, which he does not like. All right, let her hear it. But now that Annie Pearson is not prepared to keep quiet, she is not being pacified, she is continuously reprimanding him and scolding him and rebuking him. So he said, okay, then that means that let us have the matter out in front of her only. Let her hear it. That meant that let her also hear whatever the argument that we have. What is the matter with you? And again he questions her that what is the matter with you? What has gone wrong with you? Have you gone balmy or what? Balmy means have you gone mad? So because he is not able to understand that this nature, this treatment that she has shown, this the way that she has been speaking the whole evening, the way she has behaved in the most unusual manner, is something which is baffling. So he is wondering now what is actually gone wrong with her, that she is willing to have an argument in front of a neighbor. He does not know, of course, that the two ladies had exchanged their personalities. He does not know about the magic. Now, Mrs. Pearson, if you shout at me again like that, George Pearson, I'll slap your big fat silly face. And now she's going to the extent of being physical, and she says that now if he speaks another word or if he shouts at her again, she will end up slapping him. Oh no, please, Mrs. Fitzgerald. Now Mrs. Fitzgerald, who has the personality of Annie Pearson, felt that this was going a bit too far, and she felt that maybe it can be possible also. So she told her friend that no, please don't, Mrs. Fitzgerald, because she's very nervous now and she's very, very upset as well. George, staring at her. Now, he stares at her. Either I'm off my jump or you two are. That is, that he says, either I'm out of my mind or you two are out of your minds. How do you mean? No, no, please, Mrs. Fitzgerald. He is wondering that why the other lady is being called as Mrs. Fitzgerald. Look, you're Mrs. Fitzgerald. So why are you telling yourself to stop when you're not doing anything? So what he meant to say, he's totally baffled. He's taken aback. He does not know. As it is, he was upset, and now things are getting more and more complicated. So he is wondering now that why the lady is why she is reacting in such a way, or why she is responding in such a way, because she's got nothing to do with them. She is not a part of the family according to him. So that is what he meant. Thank you.